Yes. Go live. Let's see if this works. Are we live? Let me just check my iPad. Just make sure that we're live. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Okay. I'm going to work on this bad boy over here. I think the audio should be good. Oh, I should check the streaming technology. We got some, oh, we got a good bit rate going there. Okay. Maybe a little too close. Just back off a bit there, pal. Back off. Okay. I don't like the camera too close. Kind of bugs the shit out of me. Okay. I'm really hoping that this time the stream quality is good. I spent many hours working on it. I've learned a whole bunch of things about streaming recently. For anyone who's interested, I've learned that Facebook's maximum upload resolution is 720, but when you try to download it, it downgrades it by like a whole factor. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually recording to my computer at the same time I'm uploading this live stream. So I'll have a higher resolution version that I could put on YouTube. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay. I did work on this a little bit, excuse me, without filming it. I just wanted to paint, so I did some work on this that I'm not going to bother explaining, but for the sharp eye, they would see what I did. Like that. Yeah. Anyhow, all right. Ooh, that's bad. Don't like that blue coming through here. Paint's still too wet. That sucks. I was really hoping to finish this one today, but it looks like I'm gonna have to come back in a couple of days once it's dried down a bit. Okay, not the end of the world. All right. Oh yeah, Diego Duende. I think I pronounced your name right, hopefully. How's it going, man? Or woman, that's right. Okay. All right, what should I do? What should I do? Let's work on the top. Let's play with this a bit. This is kind of almost like a mustard color. And I'm hoping it's coming clear for you guys. Oh, for fuck's sake. So what I need to do now is I need to go clean up some of those big branches which are just too thick. So what I'll do is I'll attempt to put the camera right up close. Get this, you don't want to see my ugly face. What I'll do is this. See if I can paint right in front of the camera. This is gonna be kind of fun. Am I doing it? Yeah. Okay. So see how thick it is here. I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna paint little middle edges to make that thickness go away. Looks nicer. Even on these branches, they're a little bit too much. A little too thick. And I'm just using like a light orange right now. I might go in with a, oh yeah, look at this bad boy over here. Let's go work on this tree right here. Definitely too thick. Holy loud noises in my head. I might have to put on some music because it's too noisy. Looks a little better. And this one looks a little too thick too. Just don't like that outline. It looks ugly. I'm just sort of smudging it together. What's up with this tree? Yeah, it's kind of weird. What else? Can you guys see anything? Right there. Here. I'm gonna bring the camera over a bit more. Let's look up here to see where else I could clean it up. Clean you up. There, you could use a little bit of work. Definitely up here. Turn the camera down a bit. I've had a couple scares of my tinnitus recently where the frequency would suddenly change. Last night I was just sitting there. Oh, and I also had it come into my other ear. That was pretty freaking terrifying. The idea of getting tinnitus in both ears would probably put me over the edge, man. I shouldn't say that out loud. Okay, and then this one's too thick. Okay, and to fix it up, the other stuff. Okay, I think it's better. Now, okay. Just get a little dab. Oops, fucked that up a bit, didn't it? No, just nothing my finger can't help. Okay. All right, so now, where am I? I want to make some improvements overall. It looks just a little bit kind of gross. I need to make it, the brush strokes a little bit, is it prettier? I don't know how you describe. Just make them more artistic, I guess is the way I describe it. Just the brush strokes have to have a personality to it. And a good person to look at for what I'm talking about is Lucien Freud, who is a fantastic portraiture artist. And what I love about that guy's work is his brushstrokes are beautiful. And it's kind of a strange thing to say, like, what is a beautiful brushstroke? It's one of those things where you just look at it and you understand. So I try to think about Lucien Freud a bit when I'm painting stuff, but mostly at some point I'm going to get back to painting more people, and it'd be kind of fun to, like, you know, do his, you know, that kind of blocky abstract style that he does, where it would be, here's an example, like he would just, that one little stroke would represent a bit of shading and light hitting a person's face that just feels good. Okay, so that's good. I like that. A bit of brighter contrast comes out. That was a nice color. So I'll try to pop. Yeah. I like that. There we go. So watch this. Right over here. Bam. Bam. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is nice up here. I don't know if you can see this. There's a little bit of who knows what is happening. It's just pretty. I like it. Don't know what I'm babbling about, but I like it. Okay. And I like having a little bit of variety, so it's not always the same everywhere. Okay. What I definitely want to do is take now, work on the thickness of these trees on the lower half. And I think I need to lower this thing down to here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and for this one, how do I do this? Well, one idea, I guess I'm going to take this brush. Take this brush right here. Where's the thing camera? And I'm going to take some of this straight, intense blue, which, to be honest, I have to mix with. It's phthalo blue, but to be honest, yeah, sometimes I have to mix with white because it's so dark. So intensely dark. Okay, so I've got this plastic plate. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, so here's my phthalo blue. I'm just going to bring in a little bit of white. I'm just going to, like, basically I just touch it and bring it in. And you got to stir it up probably 20 times, and I don't know if you can see but the color definitely changed. So it became, so here's the dark one I just put it there a second ago. So the reason why I'm doing this is I want to kill some of that dark outlines around these thicker trees here, and oops, and I got to do that by hiding it. And I'll bring a blue across. Here's what I'm talking about. Because there's blue here, I could thin out that red outline a bit, and then I'll have to do the same thing with the green on the bottom. It might be too subtle for you guys to see, but I can really see it. Okay, over here, I gotta do the same. It's actually pretty actually, the colors I've got going on over here. Of course, you got to see it in real life to really get a sense of it. Oh, I got to go back and thin out those ones. Maybe I'll do it right now. Oh, it's not too wet. Oh, it's too wet. It's gonna drip. Oh shit! Well, because I was being lazy, I took it straight out of the water. Okay, here's what I'm doing. That was a bit of a screw up. Okay. Why don't I bring, why don't I bring a couple of these flaming things a little bit through here? It's like it's poking through the trees a little bit. These little gentle, little tiny, oh, maybe not so gentle. Who knows? I like doing things I haven't done before. A bit more. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Okay, so I did that blue. Now what I'll do is, let's add some of this red. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, sorry, guys. I just realized I was painting up there and I didn't show it. Sorry. It's hard to paint and talk at the same times. So what I was doing was, who gives a shit? Okay. I'm going to make a lighter purple, and it's kind of gross. That didn't turn it well off. Strange. Some colors just don't mix well. And that red and that blue did not work out for me. So I'm going to go with this purple. And I'm going to add, I'm just going to try adding white just to lighten it up. And I might add some yellow to have some fun. But here's this purple, which I think would be, I like this. Yeah. So what I'll do is can you see this? Yeah. So see, here's where it's, because it's lighter here, I can get rid of some of those dark outlines that I did before. So I can come right against the branches of these trees. And it's kind of a nice purple too, isn't it? Maybe I'll bring that purple over here, maybe even up here, and I think, let's come over here with this light purple. Let's do it right here. Okay, that's better. Oh yeah, that's kind of nice. Okay, what if we had a little bit of purple coming up through here? I don't know, why not? Okay, now down to the bottom. Let's get some green going. And we're gonna kill some of, it's too thick. I mean, it was kind of fun just to leave it thick, but let's just, I don't know. I don't like it. It bugs me a little bit. So I'm gonna make some green here. Actually, I added that little bit of purple and that green, and it looks like it makes this really beautiful turquoise, actually, isn't it? Yeah. it's kind of, it reminds me of like the Van Gogh water lilies. Not Van Gogh, what the hell am I saying? Monet. Look at that, isn't that a pretty color? So I'll come up here and I'll kill some of those too thick branches. Just chopping them down. I kind of like how it gives a bit of a weird halo effect over there. Add some white just to mess around a bit. And I'll do that here too. And I think this is kind of what makes it my own painting, is I'm not really following any rules, and I'm letting my hand just sort of take me where I want to go, and leaving these things which could be thought of as mistakes. Like this big drip down here, I'm just going to leave it, but I feel like just putting a bunch of little dancing colors in here. Let's just have them dancing around a little bit, these little bit of blues. That sounds so ridiculous, but what I'm thinking about is, if you look at this painting I'm going to do next, I'm going to work on next, which is this photograph. Here, check this out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right behind this painting is this other bigger one I'm working on. And it's from a photo my mom took of the garden where we grew up in. And I'm doing a lot of these kind of like impressionistic dancing little colors. Isn't that ridiculous sounding? But that's what's happening. So I'm going to go in and do the same kind of thing. There's always a bit of carryover, you know. I like to work on a few paintings at the same time, mostly because I want the paint to dry, and I don't want it to sit there and do nothing. So I will have maybe 2 or 3 paintings going at any particular time. Right now I've got this one, the garden one, and I still have to finish the canoe, the red canoe with the woman in the burqa one. I want to go in and clean up her hand and add some details here. And you know, actually, I kind of think this one might be done soon. I think it feels like I need more, a bit more brightness coming in here, like as if, or do I? Let me just try some more of this. Sorry, I've been mixing more of this purple green down here, and I'm just been sort of zapping this area here. It's like it's a shadow. It's like a weird, strange shadow. I just like it. So screw it, I'm gonna do it. Oh yeah, look at, holy shit, look at that dark purple shadow there. Why not? This is what it's all about, just following your gut. It just takes me to do this. Oh, I know what I have to do next. Okay, so maybe I'll leave this background. I think it's looking pretty cool. I like how it's kind of all these different colors. Streaks and stuff. Yeah, I know what I have to do. I have to go in and I have to go in and put the dark marks on the birch trees. So that's what I'm going to do right now. There's a camera. There we go. So what I'll do is have a drink of my orange crush. Okay, and now I'm going to find some brown, dark brown, and purples, because I rarely ever use black. It's just not necessary. So, birch trees. Oh, nothing came off. So birch trees. I'm going to go and I'm just going to put some patterns. Like, I'll do a first pass of these dark patterns. It's almost like I'm doing like a Cyrillic writing or like hieroglyphics, just sort of writing some weird language, if that makes any sense. So we'll start with this. Who knows what. Maybe I'll be fucking it up a bit, but they're birch trees, man. They have these marks. They have these all kinds of marks on them, right? They're not perfectly white. They have vertical and horizontal and kind of like smushed. Sometimes they're perfect black dot like areas, but often they're just sort of like, oh, I don't know what you want to call it. Now, this is where it becomes more abstract because I haven't looked at a birch tree picture in a while, and I just started. I mean, I looked at some birch tree pictures when I did the very big one, the Birches With Orange #1, whatever you want to call it. And since then, I've just been sort of letting my hand do kind of what I did before. But to be honest, it is entirely possible that my markings aren't going to be like a birch tree. What I really should be doing is going up north and taking pictures. So I will be doing that at some point, probably in August. It's starting to make me sweat. Oops. I got a feeling I might need to take a break. Just because I'm not feeling so good. This happens to me too often. I start feeling like nauseous and my head hurts and it's fucking ringing in my head. It's so loud. Sometimes it's like this. No, it's not like getting hit like a truck, but it is this kind of like, really hits me. Okay, I'm gonna take a break just because of that stupid. No, I'm gonna try to fight through it. I'm gonna fight through it. Sometimes trees, don't they like arch around the branches too? They sometimes have a knot in the circles around them. Let me bring this thing over here. Okay. Go. Uh-oh, it's too loud. Damn it. Okay, I'm going to use my willpower to try to ignore it. Really sucks. I was having a conversation with my brother yesterday, and the ringing got so loud in my head, I couldn't even concentrate on what he was saying. It was kind of sad because I was aware that we were having this conversation, and I was aware that I couldn't remember literally what we were just talking about. But thankfully he was very patient, and it's a very strange feeling. It's kind of like you're underwater, if that makes any sense. I kind of think they have this kind of a, yeah, should do more of these horizontal kind of marks. They definitely have like vertical ones, but they definitely, it's more often it's like there are like chips, like streaks. I remember as a kid, burning birch bark is awesome because it would crackle and snap. I mean, the sounds it would make. And I remember they're just cool trees, man. I don't know why I like trees so much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back later and I'm going to come back with white over the darkness. And because right now it looks too, you can see the brush strokes too clearly, right? They're just too, they're too obvious. So I'm going to come back. I'm really good at repeating myself. I wonder if Aya is watching. Aya, are you watching? Because it'd be nice. There's one person I'd love to meet in real life. Okay. So I'll just be kind of bold now with these ones down here. Let's move over here. I need to get in here, excuse me. I will come in with a maybe a purple. I'm not sure if a blue would work. Maybe it might. Like as part of these markings. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Look at them. I'm just putting a bunch of little squiggly little lines. Oh man, I love doing this so much. I was made to do this. I'm kind of looking forward to showing off the stuff I've done over my life. Depending on when you start counting, but I think I was pretty good starting at 16. When I was 16, I think it was my break. 15 or 16 was my breakthrough year where I knew I had something. Like I knew when I was young as 8, but 16 is when I knew I could do stuff at, I don't know, any age level. And I've got a couple things I remember working on, like that photorealistic hand I did, and I was doing all those dots and stuff. Wait, what's my point? Besides sounding like a bit of a dick. Oh yeah. Well, my point is, I was made for this. I always knew. Around this age is when I've had a couple of dreams. One was always loved video games. Always. I used to program them when I was a kid, and I did tons of art and animation. So my dream was I had two dreams: to be an artist, a painter specifically, and to build video games and build video game companies. So I did both, but I focused my career, like financial career, mostly on making video games. And it kind of hid away my art side of me. You know, I continued to do it, but I did just for me. I didn't really need to show anybody. Here, Lorraine. So many people, like in my business that I've known for years, had no idea that I did this. They just knew me as someone who was like a pretty good executive producer, because I would also ran my own companies, my own video game studios, and But I always had, and one thing actually I always felt was good is I felt that building a company, especially the kind of creative companies I was working in, was satisfied a creative need that I have. I always have to be building and creating something. And so building the companies, honestly, from scratch and renting a studio and then hiring people and then buying the equipment and then getting the contracts and doing all the stuff. I loved it, man. It was awesome. Still, maybe I will still do it again. You know, right now I'm focusing on painting and doing a lot of consulting in the video game industry. But I've made quite a few video games and worked with a lot of awesome people in that industry. I've done a lot of stuff which will never see the light because it was all under, you know, NDAs and non-disclosure agreements, and maybe then, you know, they will never get published, that kind of stuff. Well, that's pretty standard in the industry. Okay, so I've added those marks. Now I'm going to go in and go over them. Oh shit! With white. To make it look a bit, just there's something happens when I add the white. It blends in some of the colors that are there. Maybe I'll go in really close. You'll see what I mean. Let's take this as an example. Over here, to be honest, looks like crap. If I saw that, I would not be impressed. But what I do is I go in with some white and I'll play with the stuff that's there, and I'll make it interesting. I'll leave some strong whites and come down. And when I'm doing this, I'm thinking about all those Group of 7 paintings I've seen, Tom Thompson paintings, and just because I've been able to go up close to them, because there's some really amazing ones at the Art Gallery of Ontario. And look, a little bit of the blues is coming in through from before. And there's something about leaving texture too, which is nice, which gives it a lot more life. So already that area, and I can't tell if you can see it, but it's becoming more interesting. And it's not quite there. I'm actually gonna have to come back with a layer of another color, maybe even a darker color, to make it work. So right now, this looks like really bad Chinese calligraphy, but I'll bring in these white and I'll mix them, and it will become the birch bark that I want. I would like to go and look more closely at Klimt's trees, because I've looked at he did some really nice landscapes. I don't know why people don't. He's not as well as known for his landscapes, but he did some really nice stuff, and he did a lot of small tight patterns. And I think I might go try stealing some of his brush strokes. Like, I believe what I'm doing right now comes from Klimt's birch trees, which is near the bottom. He made them sort of streak up, so he must have observed that. Like over here, check it out. Right here, I think he must have observed that they were these lines coming from the bottom. And to be honest, I'd have to go and check it out if that's true or not. But that's where I stole that idea of bringing those lines up. So here, these brush strokes are going to make it much more interesting. Oh, Klimt. Gustav, Lorraine, you're asking about Klimt? K-L-I-M-P-T, Klimt, Gustav Klimt. He's I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite artists, but he's up there in the top 20. And he's well known for like some of his figurative paintings, such as the kiss. It's like it's in every. When I was at university and art school, like every girl seemed to have the kiss was like the painting in all their dorm bedrooms. But he's done some really nice stuff, and he actually some of his landscapes were what inspired me to do this series called The Glow Beyond. I was like thinking about some of his stuff, and I kind of took it to my own direction. So Gustav Klimt. Can you write me that, please? Well, okay, I'll try. Well, I'll just tell you, it's Klimt, and his first name is Gustav, Gustav. Just my hands are covered with paint. I mean, I don't want to mess up the iPad, which is mostly my son's iPad. On my website, druckmann.com, there's a section called About, and I talk about the different artists that have inspired me and influenced me, and he's listed in there. So if you just go to druckmann.com, which is druckmann.com, that's where I have a lot of my paintings. Click on About and read Artist Statement, which is this silly thing that everyone expects you to do as an artist. So I just wrote one. Anyhow, so you'll see Gustav's name written there. I thought I might be able to finish this painting today, but I don't think so. I think I need to finish this part of the birches and then come back later to add details to all these branches and stuff. Because right now they look too dirty. There's too much black. So I'm going to come in with some crazy heavy whites. But what I like about it is it's going to build up this textures. Stop holding my breath. Okay. What else? Yeah, I'm gonna use more white. Use more white and maybe some more intense black. mean, dark colors. Oh, that's too close to the damn camera. See over here. I'm in the mood to do a big painting. Teaching this summer. Yep, I teach all year round. But just one day a week. Something, yeah. I think I need to come in later with a very fine little brush and to define these little strokes better. I think this is probably like a good start. It's a good start because it's got some basic stuff down. All right. Yeah, that's better. Get rid of that messiness, make it a bit more like I knew what the hell I was doing. Okay, I'm just going to stand back and see how it looks. Let's see how it looks from back here. Bad, not bad, not bad. Still something, I don't know. Still something's bothering me a little bit. I'm not sure if it's like it needs something. Not quite sure. That might actually help a bit. This is that finer brush I was talking about. Taking away some of those crappy marks. Oh, can't see this, sorry. Well, it's not super fine. I'm just I just don't like too impatient for perfection. That's what I like more. Impressionistic stuff more. That looks better. Yeah, it's getting better. I've built up this kind of layer. Now I'm going to go in later. Yeah, I'm going to go in later and do it. It's hard. God, it's hard to stop. It's almost like an addiction. It's like I can't finish. I must continue. Yes, this is a pretty fine brush. It's got a nice little point to it. And that looks nice. I think if I sort of mix it and then bring it vertically. Yeah, I should do that. That's a good idea. So it creates like a slightly 3D effect. Yeah, it helps make the movement go vertical, which is good. Just on the outside. Just on the edges. Yikes. Just screw that up. Oops, it's a bit too wet. Sometimes it's cool to do things wrong, so-called. Okay, all right, I think I'm done for now. Done for now. Okay. There you go. I'm going to finish this later. Thanks for watching.